I gave him everything. My magic, my heart, my crown. I thought we were building a kingdom together, but it was all a lie. King Caelum, the man I loved, he stood over me with the cold satisfaction of a hunter who finally trapped his prey. Your power was the only thing I ever loved about you, Elara, he whispered. And now, the system has deemed me its sole master. The system notification. It was the cruelest joke. My years of devotion transferred to him like a simple transaction. My mana heart was ripped out. As my life faded, the man I would have died for just turned his back on me. But the system didn't just transfer power. It also recorded the truth. It activated a hidden protocol. The phoenix's last breath. Time began to reverse. A searing light swallowed me. I made a vow. If I ever opened my eyes again, everyone would burn. I woke up, gasping. This wasn't the dungeon. This was my old room in the ducal manor. The sun was warm on my face. I ran to the mirror. 10 years. I had regressed 10 years. Before the war. Before the coronation. Before the betrayal. The mark on my forehead was still there, glowing faintly. And then, I saw it. The system window was still active. Today's date. The day of my engagement ceremony to Prince Caelum. The day my first life really ended. Then, the door slammed open. My father, the Duke. The man who saw me only as a political bargaining chip. Elara? Stop daydreaming and get dressed. The prince is arriving soon, and you will charm him, he bellowed. In my first life, I would have trembled. Now, I just saw a pathetic, weak man. I let them dress me in the colors of the royal house. Blue and silver, the colors of my enslavement. But tonight, I would make it the color of my rebellion. As I descended the stairs, I could feel the eyes of the entire court upon me. I was the predator walking into a field of sheep, and there he was, Caelum, looking exactly like the perfect prince he pretended to be. His smile was charming, but I knew the poison. He stepped forward, reaching out. Lady Elara, you look divine, he said. I stared at his hand, the same hand that had stabbed me. I didn't take his hand. Primera turn dawai, leaving the entire court gasping in shock. I'm afraid I have other engagements tonight. The game had changed. I would no longer be the Saintess who sacrificed everything. In this life, I would take everything back. The ballroom was in chaos, but I didn't care. I needed to move fast. My memory of this night was clear. There was something I needed to retrieve before he found it. In my past life, Caelum found the heart of the volcano artifact tonight. It gave him the fire affinity that made him unstoppable. Not this time. There it was. My past self never knew about this place. The system window confirmed it. Item acquired, heart of the volcano. My revenge begins now. The artifact's power was immense. It burned as it bonded with me. Fire magic. A direct counter to Caelum's holy light. But I wasn't alone. As I absorbed the power, shadows moved. Assassins. Sent by whom? My father. Or him. They underestimated me. In this body, I might be weak, but my soul is a level 99 explosion! The fire magic obeyed me perfectly. They didn't even have time to scream. A slow clap echoed, Ispun around mana still crackling. A man was watching me from the shadows. Duke Caelum, the infamous Black Viper of the Northern Territories. In my past life, Caelum was the only one who opposed Caelum, till the very end. He was a monster, but a useful one. Impressive show, senses. He drew. You aren't the timid bird everyone thinks you are, Caelum said, his eyes locking onto mine. What are you planning, Elara? I smiled. The system window showed his status. Name, level 85. Danger level, SS. I'm planning to burn down the royal family, I replied. For a moment, there was silence. Then, he laughed. A dark, dangerous sound. I think you and I have a lot to talk about, Saintess. We struck a deal in that dark study. My knowledge of future events. In exchange for his military might and network, the first alliance was formed. While I planned, the court was abuzz. The Saintess who rejected the prince. My father was furious. She must be brought to heel. My father roared. If she won't marry the prince, she is useless. He didn't understand. I was already far beyond his control. Caelum, ever the player, played the victim. But I knew his priority was still the system's power. The time for defensive moves was over. I had the artifact, I had the ally. The next step was the Magic Academy's annual tournament. Are you sure you're ready, Elara? Kellen's voice was close. I didn't pull away. In this life, I would use everything. I'm not just ready, Caelum, I whispered, the power of the volcano beating in my palm. I'm the storm that's coming! The Royal Magic Academy tournament! This time, it would be the stage of his humiliation. The academy hadn't changed. The same whispers. The same judgmental stares. They all expected the weak Saintess to hide in shame. They couldn't be more wrong. Caelum was in his element, playing the role of the tragic, jilted prince. He looked so perfect, so noble. It made me want to laugh out loud. Our eyes met. For a split second, the mask slipped. He saw something in my gaze that he didn't recognize. Absolute, cold indifference. The tournament draw was random, but I knew my father and the king had rigged it. Round 1. The Saintess versus Sir Valeri. Valeris was known for his brute strength and anti-magic armor. In my past life, he defeated me in seconds, humiliating me. He thought I would use light magic. He thought my armor-piercing spells were weak. He was about to learn the system granted me more. One strike, that was all it took. The armor was useless against the raw, primordial mana I now commanded. The silence was deafening. The weak senses had just obliterated the kingdom's strongest knight. With a flick of her wrist, I looked up at the royal booth. Caelum's face was pale. He realized his bargaining chip had become a lethal weapon. Kalan watched from the shadows. I could feel his gaze. It wasn't shock. It was anger. He liked the monster I was becoming, but the tournament was just a distraction. Tonight was the night the Forbidden Archive would be opened by a traitor. Caelum's secret ally, the Dark Mage Malthus, was sent to steal the cursed grimoire. In my past life, this book framed me for treason. Leaving so soon? I asked. The mage spun around, his eyes wide with terror. He didn't expect me lurking in the dark. He fought like a cornered rat. But dark magic is just another form of energy for the system to analyze. Weakness detected. I didn't kill him. Not yet. I needed his confession. I used the heart of the volcano to sear his mana veins. The cursed grimoire. It felt alive, pulsing with a dark hunger. Caelum wanted to destroy me. Now, I would unravel his soul. Back in the palace, Caelum was losing his mind. His knight was defeated, and his mage hadn't returned. His future was slipping. The book was teaching me things no senses should know, and I was a very fast learner. I found the evidence. A contract between Caelum and the demon sect. The hero prince was a monster. The sun is rising. Today, I won't just win a trophy. I will expose the crown prince and begin the purge. The final round. The moment everyone had been waiting for. The Saintess versus the crown prince. A match made in heaven, or so they thought. Caelum stood across from me. His face, a mask of saintly calm. Elara, let us end this charade, he said, his voice laced with false pity. You cannot beat me. A charade. If only he knew. The system window was already showing his complete stat sheet. Analysis complete. Subject Caelum. Main affinity, holy, weakness, pride. He attacked first, a devastating holy strike. In my past life this would have blinded me instantly. I wouldn't have even moved. I raised the heart of the volcano. The ancient fire magic didn't just counter his holy light, it swallowed it. This was the artifact he was supposed to find. How? Where did you get that power? He gasped, his composure finally breaking. It belongs to me. It belongs to those strong enough to take it. Caelum, I whispered. I activated the system's mana heart override. The real battle was just beginning. I summoned the Blue Phoenix, the signature magic of my bloodline. But this time, it was infused with the volcano's fire and the system's precision. His perfect holy armor shattered like glass. The holy light was a mere ember against my blue sun. He was defenseless. I stood over him, my blade at his throat. The crowd was absolutely silent. The crown prince, defeated by the weak I didn't just want to defeat him. I wanted him to feel my pain. I used the soul puppetry skill I learned from the grim. A single tear infused with my memory of his betrayal. He saw it. Every moment of my past life. My love, my devotion, his cold rejection, and his sword piercing my heart. He felt the weight of 10 years of my suffering in a single instant. The soul puppetry was complete. It wasn't a physical defeat. It was a soul-shattering realization. The perfect hero was now a broken man, drowning in guilt. Elara, what have I done? I turned away. My heart was a stone. You did what you thought was necessary for power, Caelum. And so have I. His regret was useless to me. The first phase of my revenge was complete. The kingdom was in chaos. The prince was broken, and I was just getting started. This time, I won't just be the I will be the one who decides who lives and who burns.